At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Vibreville. What a rough day. You know, it is what it is. First of the month. We've been talking about this for a long time now. Every time the stuff in the future, the first last year or so. And I feel like we are due for it again. So the next couple days, especially now heading into the weekend, you know, maybe early next week, something starts to turn around. The choppiness sideways, pick my favorite AI play in crypto right now. It is just special. It's built different. And there's a lot of smarter people, a lot of people out there that have done way more research and are way smarter than me. So I like to defer to those people. And tonight, got a special guest joining us, my man Samson of LA, the QUBIC ambassador. What's good, my man?
What's crack-a-lackin'? How you doing, sir?
Doing well, bro. Doing well. I'm excited for what's to come. Every day I'm doing research, going down the rabbit holes, and I feel like I always find something that makes me even more bullish on QUBIC every day.
Yeah, man, it's never a dull day in QUBIC. Always something new, especially on Discord and X. If you're in the Discord and X, it's always Come From Beyond is always in there. Who's the founder? Sergey Ibn Chegla. He's always in there active, either saying something funny or giving some crazy alpha and giving the community a heads up.
Bro, that's literally the only reason I'm in there is because you have direct access to him, and just to watch his responses, just to see how he thinks. He's a different. I think he's an alien, but you know, he's one of the best founders out here, and I'm excited, bro. We found it early, and so I want to hear a little bit about you when you got into crypto and stuff. Let the people on my channel know more about you.
All right. So my first intro to crypto was started out good and the terrible. I was working at a Starbucks a while back. It was early 2016 or late 2015. I forget which it is. But some guy, he asked me like if I had ever heard of Bitcoin. I was like, Bitcoin? I was like, no, like what are you talking about? And then he just went on a conversation like, oh, have you heard of, so there's this thing called BitConnect. And right, so if you've been in crypto long enough, we all know what BitConnect is, but if you don't, it was one of the biggest Ponzi schemes ever in crypto. It had so much hype behind it. Like it was really bringing in money, but then when the cards fell, they really fell. Like I lost an entire Bitcoin to that thing. Like if I had just not jumped into that thing, I'd have a whole Bitcoin in my hands. So that's how my journey started. And then from there, with whatever money I had left over from whatever I was yielding, I just started looking up other coins and learning about it, stuff like that. I got into ADA when it was like 5 cents. I got into like a bunch of other tokens. And then I just set it and forget it. Like I'm like, let me just hold these because I'm done playing this fucking Russian roulette with my money. So like years went by and I saw like ADA going up to like $3, and I saw like Bitcoin going up. Like I was like, wait, what's going on now? I remember that coin, and I just jumped right back into crypto and just started going harder. And yeah, ever since then I've really been doing like better research and like looking. I know what to look for as far as like bullshit coins, and I can spot it from a mile away. Like yeah. So then 2024, early 2024, I found QUBIC, and it was still a pretty young coin. And I was just sifting through the top 300. I was just like looking through it every so often. I'll like look through the top coins, not the top 100, but the ones below, because those are the ones that are next up, right? And knowing that the niche of AI is the niche or niche, whatever you want to call it, of AI is probably going to be up next. I was getting ahead of trying to get ahead of the curve, clicking every coin, looking at, okay, what's this coin? What does their X account look like? What does their website look like? And then I landed on QUBIC. I saw their X was active. I saw there was engagement. I saw their website was clean. I looked, and then I started to look at their white paper, and then their tech, and then their founder, Sergey Ivancheglo, who founded IOTA, the biggest ROI in crypto history, the biggest. And I said, holy crap, this, okay. And I saw the price. I was like, oh, I was like, I think I did it. I think I found one. And then I bought a little bit. Time went by. I bought a little more time went by. They kept building more things kept coming out. And I was all in.
Bro, that's, you know, with IOTA, you know what is funny? And it's kind of like a, just a wide view of how these projects are from the mainstream, how they're looked at. IOTA was trashed because the chart looked like shit. It was a dinosaur coin from 2017. And now fast forward 8 years later, they're signing deals and bigger than ever because they were just ahead of their time. The world wasn't ready for the technology they provided. So they kind of sat around waiting for the world to play catch up. So that just shows you he's thinking that far ahead. And that's just another thing that I really like about him. So the fact that his first project from, you know, the most successful ICO ever is still alive and doing better and bigger than ever, that's a really good sign.
And not to mention, he created the first proof of stake network, right? NXT.
Yep.
Which is,
and that was like, what, the third most profitable ICO in crypto history?
He has the top 3 ICOs in like crypto history.
Yeah.
And there's the
top 3, yeah.
Yeah, and there's excuse me, I had a little lint in my mouth. There's this big lore going around that he's actually Satoshi Nakamoto. And based on like on-chain evidence and lots of things, like it's actually quite believable. And you look at the way he would write, the tone he would write in, and like the last thing he said is like, what was it? Or one of the things he said is, if it's too complicated or if you don't get it, like I don't have time to explain it to you. Like that's like his type of like tone of talking. He's just very blunt and straight. Like I don't know. There's a lot of but the on-chain evidence is a lot more convincing because there's old BTC wallets that are connected to him, and he's known as like one of the first BTC miners.
So he that the come from beyond handle, he messed up. One of my shout out to Chris from the Verse. When we first found QUBIC, like my boy Chris, he's an engineer, and when he finds something new, he will stay up for 7 days researching that shit. And when he found QUBIC, he was looking and doing research, and a couple days later, he starts sending me stuff. He's like, bro, I think this is Satoshi. And I'm like, come on, get out of here, bro. I'm like, I know. I was like, you know, I'm pretty sure it's the early Ripple guys, Arthur Brito, David Schwartz, and the NSA. But if it wasn't, it could have very well been come from beyond, and then it got hijacked, and that's why he left, because he knew the original vision of Bitcoin was gone by like 2012-ish. So maybe, I don't know, that's when he decided to leave. BTC Next was being formed. But so Chris was doing some digging, and Come From Beyond was writing a post in like 2002 or 2008 he was in Vietnam writing some kind of review on something, and he left the CFB handle, but it got tied to an email that was like s.ivancheglo something. So it was proof that it was him that was behind the CFB handle. And this was in early 2008. So Chris was like, bro, this is like one of the smoking guns that proves that this is him and ties him to early Bitcoin emails and stuff.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy as fuck. And the thing is, I'm wondering why it's not more of a widespread like rumor. Like it's just like
Because it
I feel like
sounds
it's
so
not.
crazy. It sounds
Yeah,
so ludicrous, bro. People just think like, oh, haha, okay, you're right, bro. Yeah, my cousin Satoshi too.
but it just makes it like all the evidence points to it. There's people who claim they are, but there's no evidence. And then there's someone who isn't claiming they are, and all the evidence points towards him. So it's like in a logical world, you're like, I don't know, like which one is it? Probably the one that's not claiming he is. And he does joke and say, "Oh yeah, it's me," blah 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 blah. But yeah.
And do you know he's behind the rumor that it's Sergey from Chainlink? He always says, "Oh no, it's the wrong Sergey. It's the Sergey from Chainlink is Satoshi." So he's behind that rumor.
Deflecting. That's
Yep.
what the guilty usually do. You ever seen interrogations? The guilty person is if they're typical, they're usually gonna start to look. They're gonna talk about somebody else that they're around. As like typical guilty behavior.
So the Great Crypto Escape is an awesome channel. He does great QUBIC content. He put out multiple videos about this, and I actually played one of them on my last QUBIC stream a couple months ago, and I played the whole video. It was like 15 minutes long, or a portion of it, and another guy did a video where he goes through and he can prove that all of the original cypherpunks could not have been Satoshi. He goes one by one through all of them with actual hard proof that eliminates them all. So just the pool of people left that it could be is so small now.
Yeah, I've seen that video a couple of times. I love that video. Is that the one with the weird retro music behind it? And he's like kind of talking funny. Yeah, that video is that's the best video that encapsulates all the evidence. It's on the I believe that video is on the Matilda website. You know, the Matilda meme coin on QUBIC. I'm not saying anyone go buy it, but if you want to find it, it's on the Matilda meme coin website.
Yeah. So this bro is like another reason why the rumors, and once people start actually going down the rabbit hole, there's so much great content out there that lets you decide, like, here's the evidence, you decide, and it's not fluff, like it's all real. So everyone that I sent it to, they're like, holy shit, dude, there's a really good chance it's him. Not one person I've ever sent the videos and stuff to that watched them was like, bro, you're crazy, get out of here, like you're tripping. Nobody has. So when I very rarely get that when I send stuff out, I send it to a lot of different people, that some people that are crypto experts, some people that are just brand new, people that, you know, are learning. So it's a wide array of people. And when all of them have the same reaction, that's something's there. And with QUBIC, the Satoshi rabbit hole, everybody is like, whoa, this is something actually I need to look into. So just another reason that QUBIC, I think, could get a lot of hype moving forward.
Yeah, once, because right now that room, like pretty much anyone who's in QUBIC is leaning towards him being Satoshi, right? So like when more people get onboarded onto QUBIC and that lore starts to kind of spread more to the general QUBIC, like to the general public in crypto, like it's gonna be amplified so much more, just that story. So I think that's something interesting to look forward to as well.
Yeah. Yep. And so one thing that, for you guys that don't know, QUBIC is special because if we know Bitcoin and proof of work, and I call it proof of waste, because you have the most powerful network out there that is pretty much wasting a lot of electricity, in my opinion, and compute power, all the above. Well, what if you could somehow take that network and use it to train AI models decentralized through useful proof of work? What do you think about that?
That's tremendous. That's exactly what QUBIC's doing. They're taking all that hash, all that heat, and they're turning it into AI models, and which is going to eventually emerge AGI. And they're not just like it's not just normal hashing, right? They do it in a very efficient manner. So the type of compute they have is, one, a lot faster and takes a lot less energy it consumes a lot less energy. So the amount of compute QUBIC will be able to achieve could surpass Bitcoin without using significantly less energy. So the raw compute power is like unheard of what they're able to do, because they use ternary logic. So instead of binary, which uses like zeros and ones, in ternary logic, instead of bits like in binary, you use trits, right? So you can have a trit can have a state of -1, 0, or 1. So that allows each unit of information to have a lot more data and then be processed like a lot faster, using a lot less energy. So they're using it's a completely different framework than blockchains. It's not even a blockchain. It's called what you call a tick chain, right? Transactions aren't grouped. They're not grouped into blocks, right? Each transaction or each operation is timestamped, and then it gets processed through the validators instantly. Validators called computers, right? They're called computers in the QUBIC network. And the computers are the top miners that are contributing the most efficient solutions and the most power to the network. And it's not the same computers every epoch. Every epoch they battle. Whichever performs the most receives a spot as a validator. So it's a constant flowing. It's not just the same few people validating. It's a competition between the hundreds of thousands of people out there. The people with the best hardware, they're the ones that validate the transactions and the AI training.
Bro, that is incredible. Guys, if you're not following Samson right now, go follow him on Twitter and go follow his YouTube channel. We need to get him past a couple hundred followers. He deserves a lot more. Like, he understands this shit on a whole different level. Like, I the tick chain stuff, I get it at like a very surface level, how it's a little different than blockchain, but when you really look into it, like, this is the next level technology. And I think it's not, what is it, every week or every month that a tick is completed?
No, every week is an epoch, but each tick is a fraction of a second. So you're trying whatever process whatever operation transaction, it's like instant, and then it just needs to get validated. It gets validated by all the computers, but the network is like incredibly fast. It's 15. CertTick just audited them, and they got a certified 15.5 million transactions per second. It's absurd. That's absurd. It's absurd. Like, Solana is 60,000, right, in a safe environment. This 15 million was performed on the mainnet without any like safety nets. It was performed on the main chain. 15 million transactions per second.
Bro, that's incredible. And that's the thing. You can it doesn't matter. There can be endless ticks per epoch. Like, they just line up. And I think each certain amount, like, you go to like another row or something, like there is a way that they get categorized inside the epoch, but it's so super efficient, and it's so much better than what's out there. And combining that technology with saving or not wasting energy. So I follow Jordy Vieser. Every Sunday he puts out a weekly report, and he used to run hedge funds. Like, this guy understands Wall Street. He understands the way they think. And he talks about just the disconnect and how disillusioned these people are from what's going on. And they don't understand how fast AI is coming for all this stuff. They're all just sitting back, not preparing for it. And he's like, these people are going to just get slaughtered. They're going to get rolled over. And he keeps talking about the most important thing is compute and compute power. Whoever has the access to the most power or the cheapest power is basically going to have an advantage on everybody else. So and that's where you just see so much waste with like the stupid Bitcoin mining around the world, and constantly having to change new equipment and upgrade to the newest thing. Like, that is so impractical, building these disgusting warehouses in the middle of like the country where you're tearing down these beautiful just pine trees and just in the country, and it makes an ungodly amount of noise for all the people around there. Like, it's just so wasteful and it's just not sustainable. And Jordy talks about it, that it's just not the future. So when you see QUBIC and what they're doing, it's the solution to the problems that he talks about every week. So I would, guys, follow Jordy Visa on YouTube just to listen once a week and get an understanding for macro and like the ISM and just the way that the economy is really booming towards this stuff. And Elon is shipping. I think he deconstructed a plant over in Europe and is shipping it over to the United States because there's just not enough power here.
Damn, that's absurd, man. I'm telling you, once people catch wind of what QUBIC is actually doing, the biggest companies in the world, they're not going to ignore it because money talks. Because what is it? The cloud compute market is going to be in the multi-trillions by 2030. Like it's already in like about $1 trillion right now to the hundreds of billions. So having a chunk of that market, and QUBIC will have a big chunk if what they're doing, right? Like for instance, right now, what they're doing with Monero, the alleged attack they're doing, what they're doing is they're incentivizing like miners to mine Monero through their network because it's better, right? It's faster. And they're trying to acquire more miners to increase their compute. So it's essentially what they're doing is like a proof of concept. They're like showing off their raw compute power because with the mining for AGARs, all the mining that we're talking about that QUBIC does, it's to train the AI, right? So it's so efficient at training the AI. It has a lot of idle time for mining. So with that mining power or with the idle time, they're using all that compute to mine Monero. And that's how they're going to show off their compute power, right? They're going to just take over the Monero network, essentially. And then after that, they're going to take over another coin. It's rumored that they might do Dogecoin next, which would be absolutely insane. The market can, if you try to ignore Monero, fine. But if Doge starts getting taken over, it's going to be impossible to ignore because it's a top 10 coin. Like this is all just a proof of concept. They're like, hey, look at me, look at our compute, and no one's gonna be able to ignore that.
Bro,
someone said
I completely agree. Yeah, Friday Aliens Day. So QUBIC. So what they do is with that extra power, they mine Monero, and now they have taken over 51% of the mining. And look at mining is paying $1.55 a day on a whatever. That's nearly 3 times what you get from mining Monero directly. So what they're doing is they're taking that Monero and they're selling it and buying QUBIC and burning it. So it's a constant sell pressure on an already extremely deflationary coin. And that's one thing that we didn't cover at the beginning that I messed up and forgot about was the max supply. And I remember going into other influencers streams and being like, hey, check out QUBIC. Like, this is the gem. And they go right to CoinMarketCap and they would see the max supply was 1 quadrillion. And the circulating supply was like, I don't know, whatever, 100 trillion. And they would just be like, oh my God, this is like an inflation coin. This will never work. And they would just leave. And that's what 90% of people do. And it was shocking to me. And now you see, oh, wow, there was a vote and they just burnt 80% of the supply. It's now 200 trillion and circulating's 122. But every single time a new project comes out and gets launched, which they have launching, I don't know how every so often they launch, but it's basically a lottery where you make a bid, and if you bid enough QUBIC, you get a share out in one of the new protocols. And I think there's 676 shares of each one. that get issued, and the QUBIC that people bid or use to get those shares, it gets burnt. So you have these new projects launching that burnt a ton of QUBIC. And that's just, and I mean, think about how many incredible projects are going to come in the pipeline and down the road that see QUBIC and say, oh my God, I got to build on this network. Forget Tau or forget this. I'm going to QUBIC. Like the floodgates are about to open.
Yep. Yeah. Like for instance, QX, when it launched, the IPO was, I think it burned like 10 trillion coins or more, or 11, something like that. It burned 10 trillion coins. It was like 10% of the supply. And there's only like, dude, there's going to be so many smart contracts. And the thing is, and what's also cool about QUBIC is not just anyone can like put up a smart contract on the network. Only smart contracts that get a proposal, like, and approved by the quorum, and it has to be tested on the test net for 2 weeks, I believe. So like the smart contracts that do get launched are like go through a pretty good vetting process. It's not like Ethereum where like anyone could just like put up some shit and then you get scams. Like you have to have a pretty elaborate scam to get through QUBIC and put up a smart contract. You have to convince the decentralized quorum that this is a good smart contract, and then it gets audited. So it's like, yeah, it just makes it a lot harder for shitty things to happen in the network.
Yep. And this is the QUBIC trade is one of the other parts of the ecosystem. So if you just go to the website QUBIC.org and go to the ecosystem here, they have a lot of the stuff already here that has been out, but QUBIC trade is newer. And this is where you come and say, you know, I missed the sale or the auction for QSwap. Now I can come in and I can buy a share of it for 500 million QUBIC, but I wouldn't do that. I'd come and find something cheaper, like maybe QDL, and buy a $54 million share. And all of these shares, they pay you back. I believe they all are passive income generating, right?
Yeah, all where the revenue will come from is the fees from the smart contract. So yeah, QUBIC is a feeless network, like to move balances, but obviously to interact with the smart contract, you have to pay a fee if there's a service, you know. But yeah, all the fees that generate through the contract gets sent through to the shareholders. So it's passive. It's a trickling passive income.
Yeah, a trillion tokens would probably be like $27 million.
Or let me see, if you, or you can do also, there's this token on the network called QCAP, which is essentially like owning a little, it's exposure to shares, because what holding QCAP gives you yield from a smart contract called the Q Vault. So Q Vault, what they do with Q Vault is they raise funds from the community and they purchase different shares of smart contracts. So they have a nice basket. If you go to their X, they have a nice basket of shares, like, and every epoch you get QUBIC sent to your wallet just for holding the QCAP token. And QCAP is only only 310K.
That's one. So that's one that. So I staked all my coins a couple weeks ago, and I didn't realize it was a year lock because right when you do it, it's like, oh, you can unlock these coins anytime you want. And I was like, perfect, I'll do that. But I forced myself now to have to buy more, and I'm actually excited about that. So I'm gonna definitely buy more.
You can unlock it.
I don't want. I don't want to, man. I want those rewards, bro. Like I know QUBIC's where it's going, and my whole strategy here at Vibra is to just get into the gems that pay you passive income if possible. Like if you're looking at a couple coins and one of them pays yield, the other doesn't, I'm always going to the one that pays yield. And I like coins that are blue chips, that have a great use case, a great future, a great team building for the future. That way you can just buy them early, stake them, and forget about them. And that way it makes crypto so much easier for you. You can just set it, forget it, put it on a different device, that you don't have access to every day while you're doing all your other stuff. And yeah, it makes people's lives a lot less stressful, where they're not checking their phone every 2 seconds. Oh my God, did I lose money? Did it pump? I gotta sell because I can't lose this. I needed to get to buy back that other coin I sold. And you don't want to be doing crypto like that.
Yeah, that's a bad day. That's a bad life, actually. That's why it's so important to just, like, when you find something, know you believe in it. And just, like, these days, I've gotten to the point where I don't even know the price of anything until, like, I don't know, I look at the price maybe every so often, like every few days, I might look at the price of QUBIC. Because I know usually I'll find out if, like, through X, I'll see, oh, QUBIC is pumping. I'm like, oh, what's the price of QUBIC, right? That's the only time I'll look at the price. I don't even look at Bitcoin or anything. Like, I don't know how much Bitcoin is right now. I don't care. Because, yeah, the Bitcoin, I don't think Bitcoin is going to be, I don't know, maybe too many institutions are in it now to fail, but it's just bullshit. Like, it's you can't do anything with it. It's slow. It's a store of value, but the network just wastes money. It wastes energy. It's weird.
Bro, what happens in say like 8 months from now? You know, the bull market's still going on, and QUBIC or XRP passed Bitcoin, and now it's digital silver. Are people going to ever look at Bitcoin the same now as this ultimate store of value? Or now people going to start to say, oh, shit.
It's going to crash so hard. Like, if QUBIC, if anything passes Bitcoin, I don't know. That might, I don't know. Bitcoin maxis might have there might be a mad campaign to, I don't know what'll happen, but it should wake people up, like wake people up out of their dream. Like, oh, everyone's stuck in Bitcoin is number one forever. It's gold. Bitcoin is God.
Exactly.
Even people who don't own Bitcoin, they'll say, oh, Bitcoin is, like, dude,
exactly, bro.
People are
and
stuck.
What about even if that doesn't happen and it stays number one, but in another year some quantum thing comes out and you know, hacks Litecoin or not Litecoin, or hacks something, and now they say, oh my God, it's only another year before Bitcoin is vulnerable. We need to fork this now. And now you're back to the freaking block war debate again, and what's real Bitcoin, because BlackRock owns so much. And bro, no matter how this plays out in the future, Bitcoin is doomed. And when Tether is eventually has to face an audit or something, I feel like it's gonna affect liquidity in the entire market, because all these shady exchanges that wash trade and all collude together, everything is backed with Tether. And how come when people buy Ethereum, no one goes and mints $1 billion of USDC to buy Ethereum with? People just buy Ethereum. Why can't people just buy Bitcoin like this? It's just really bizarre. And I've looked into it deeply, and I realize it's a Ponzi scheme. It's 12% backed at most at all times. And if something happened right now where they got sued, they would not be able to liquidate a big portion of the Bitcoin that they've bought, because it's tied up in a lawsuit with the Celsius bankruptcy. So they wouldn't have access to all that Bitcoin to sell. So, bro, there's just so many potential problems with Bitcoin. And that network, the most powerful, biggest network in the world, is now ripe for QUBIC to just slide right into and start paying us to, you know, to learn from us.
Yeah. I feel like it's inevitable, but I don't know. We just have to see. Mass psychosis is a powerful thing, so it could last a long time.
Yeah, he gets it.
Yeah, that's a fellow QUBIC ambassador.
Oh yeah, awesome, bro. Congrats on that.
Yeah, what up?
Yeah, bro.
Good to see you, big dog.
QUBIC Capital, guys. This is one that I'm gonna look at right here. Where
that's a good way. Oh, sorry to interrupt. I was gonna say that's a good way if you don't want to, like, spend a bunch of QUBIC on, like, shares. Like, you don't have 500 million to buy, like, a share of QX. You can buy, like, you know, a few bucks worth of QUBIC Capital, and you still have exposure to the shares because they own a bunch of shares to different contracts.
Mm-hmm. And it's like, instead of having to stake your, like, I staked my bag now. I can't unlock it until um July, early
Mhm.
July next year. Well, if I buy more QUBIC and I want passive income on that, instead of staking it and for another year, I can buy QUBIC Capital, which will pay me drips of QUBIC every epoch or every week. I'm not sure how it works, but
Yeah, every epoch. So at the
yeah.
beginning of the next epoch, every epoch is Wednesday. It's Wednesday to Wednesday. So you should get QUBIC dropped into your wallet every epoch. And
So
then
the first round they raised 9 billion QUBIC, 9.7 billion 9.79 billion QUBIC, equivalent to $23,000. So that gets divided up by all the shareholders, and everyone probably got a couple bucks, but it's cool.
yeah, so yeah, that's just like their young start. Like that now they're worth so much more now. Like just the shares of QX that they have, at least at the time I recorded the video, it's probably a lot less now. They had like $500,000 worth of shares of QX. They had like, I think, $1 million worth of shares in their wallet.
Wow.
And
That's
the
cool.
revenue from that was going to QCAP holders. Yeah, so every time they raise funds, it goes to shares, and those shares go to holders of QCAP. And the value of QCAP will increase too. Once more people get
Yeah.
into the network, they'll realize, oh snap,
Yep.
this is passive income instead of owning shares, and so the value of QCAP will go up. So whatever QUBIC you traded for that QCAP, it'll be worth even more. So it's like double. It's like a win-win.
Yeah, bro, definitely. And like I said, that staking for a year is going to deter people because the unlock penalties are too much. Like, I was looking at them and I was like, there's no way I'm not going to give all that up, because I know
Yeah.
what QUBIC's going to be worth in the future. So people are going to say, well, okay, what's the next? Is there any other way I can earn on this stuff? And yup, there's multiple ways.
Yeah, there's game theory there's a lot of undiscovered game theory on QUBIC it's never before seen because of how the network is. So like someone can figure out a really cool play that can get them a good cash flow that's never been done.
Mm-hmm. Well, this is an awesome app too, guy, that has launched on here. It's called the Q. I call it the Q Lottery, but it's basically like poly markets, where
Mhm.
you just create a bet and put it on here. And I guess if people are willing to take it, then it I don't know, it goes live, whatever. But just having this here is super cool. It just allows people to have fun, and it builds a community when people go on and they make funny bets like, we'll come from beyond hair. Will he have less hair in 3.5 months from now, or something like that? Or
The
like,
fuck?
it just or whatever, will
Yeah.
he be seen speaking English on camera in the next 30 days or something, or just
Oh,
stuff like that. You can put random bets out, and yeah, it's cool.
yeah. Yeah, I haven't played with that one yet. I'm not much of a gambler, but
Yeah.
it should be good for. I know a lot of people who do like to gamble. Obviously, poly markets is a big thing.
Yeah.
If QUBIC blows up big enough, this will be a fucking hitter, a
That's what I
hitter of a
mean, bro.
smart contract.
Just having it here is huge. Like, just having the option is massive.
Yeah, and then
But
Nostromo just launched.
yeah, tell us about this, because I don't know much about it at all.
So Nostromo is going to be a launch pad for the QUBIC network. So if you have a project that you want to build, you can start there. You can gather funds. You can fundraise for your project and get it on the network. Kind of like Soulstorm. You can raise funds for the token that you want to launch.
Interesting.
And yeah, so that smart track burned how many? 68 billion or almost
Yep.
69 billion tokens.
Look at
It
that.
burned.
Yep, that's what, like $140,000, just like that.
Burned.
And that's why if you understand how this works, this 200 trillion supply should not affect you, shouldn't worry you at all, because it's going to be needed. Like, the Come From Beyond is so smart. Like, a quadrillion was too much. They understood it, but now they cut it back to where this is actually a healthy amount, in my opinion. So I think people will see this and realize 60% is already out, and they won't flinch at it anymore.
You know, there's a thing like one, like even if QUBIC wasn't burned, it would take a really long time to reach 200 trillion. Two, CFB was never worried about, he said we'll never even reach 200 trillion. He was never worried about the supply because he understood how QUBIC was supposed to work, how the burns work. So that's one thing to keep in mind. He mentioned that before, like he never would expect the max supply to be reached.
Yeah, and I remember him being so, just the way he is, he's so smart. He was just like, the supply doesn't matter. It's just 1 trillion. It's just on a website. Like, who cares? Like, he did not understand. He didn't understand how stupid plebs think when they go and they just look at a project for a second. They look at circulating supply, market cap, and like, you know,
and you know what, he
FDV.
He low-key likes when people kind of scoff at it, because that allows people who have a brain to like look at it, because he said it himself, he wants high IQ people to be in the network, right? He wants high IQ players. So he's like, he doesn't care if that scares people away. That's like his attitude about it. Like, the people will come. Like, look at it. Like, so far it's been gathering people slowly, and so far it's been gathering, from what I see in the community, like more quality people as far as crypto audience. I'm not saying everyone's a good person, but as far as crypto people in the community, I mean, that I've interacted with in QUBIC, they've been quality people, you know? It's not just like when moon, hey, nothing's happening, hey. No, everyone's just like, everyone knows what's going on, because everything is so transparent.
It is. And the Discord is awesome, guys. If you don't know, for the new people that have just came in, the Discord for QUBIC, you have direct access to the founder Come From Beyond. He's always in there, and he's one of the smartest people in the space. It's rumored that he could potentially be the founder of Monero, and that would make sense why he chose that coin to start mining. What do you think about that?
I heard that too. I don't know. I can't say anything about it. Maybe he does. Maybe he was part of it. I mean, that was a pretty close circle, like those early crypto days. So I wouldn't doubt he had some input on like its creation. I haven't seen any like evidence towards it, but I wouldn't doubt it if he had something to do with the initial construction, or helping develop it, or giving somebody pointers or something like that.
So I was on Reddit, and I guess there was some like Crypto Note or something was a project that was founded by the same person, and I guess there were ties to him to that. So since the same founder was all of them, it was kind of like Bytecoin too. It was directly built on top of that, and I think it was Nicholas von Saberhagen was the alias, and he was the founder of those three, and there were ties from Come From Beyond to one of those projects. So bro, it's just, I'm telling you, every time I spend time looking at stuff, going down rabbit holes with QUBIC, my mind is blown more and more and more every single time.
Dude, Nicholas von Saberhagen is a crazy ass pseudonym. It sounds made up as hell. Nicholas von.
That's a very common Russian name, bro. What are you talking about?
It sounds made up to me. Von Saberhagen.
Yeah.
It sounds like a name in The Simpsons or something. Nicholas von Saberhagen.
Yeah, so if you there's some pretty good Reddit threads if you just go
Yeah.
down some rabbit hole.
No, it's
Reddit,
just a funny,
obviously, you got to be careful, but
yeah, it's just a funny sounding name to me. That's all. And
with now
what he's
the
doing now is
hash rate jumped from under 2% to 27%, becoming in just 2 months, becoming the largest mining.
then this week, I think, was it Tuesday? They touched
Yeah,
46%.
yeah, because he announced an economic takeover.
Even going full bore yet. Like this weekend is when it starts. Tomorrow, actually, they're gonna start a full marathon of mining, because right now they're doing it only half the time.
Really?
And now they're just going full bore with the 64 non-space. Like they already touched 46. I think it's a wrap after the weekend. I mean, that's my belief. And they're gonna go stealth mode. Like you're not gonna be able to see their hash rate. They're gonna hide all the data once they do that.
Yeah, I know people are pissed about it. They're like fudding it because of that. It's
I mean,
so
what are you gonna
funny.
what are you gonna do? It's a big dog. Big dog's in the room. What you gonna do about it? You gotta
QUBIC
heal.
won't harm Monero. No, we will not. Yeah, all really good stuff. I'm trying to think. Oh, you want to kind of talk about a little bit about the way that there's the validators work and stuff around the world and why it's so decentralized?
All right. So how it's decentralized is, so it's just like any, like let's say Bitcoin, because it's the most popular proof of work. It's made up of decentralized miners. Like it's not just one group of people. Anyone can hop on with their hardware, download the software, and just start mining the crypto, right? So how the validators work, they're called computers in the network because they do the computing for the AI. So there's 676 validators. I'll call them validators because that's more of a familiar word. There's 676 of them, and for transactions and processes to go through and confirmed on the network, at least 2/3 of the network has to agree with what's going on. So that creates like a, what's the word I'm looking for?
Security blanket or something?
Yeah, what's the Byzantine fault tolerance or something like that? I forget the term, but yeah, 2/3 of the quorum have to vote. And the way the 676 are chosen, it's the top performing miners. So it's not the same validators every single time. It's like the decentralized network competes for the most solutions and the best solutions to get on top, to get the most QUBIC. All right, so because it's not an even split between everybody. It's whoever's machines perform the most solutions, they'll get the most QUBIC. And so the validators cycle in and out depending on their performance.
That's awesome.
If that makes sense. Did that make sense?
Yeah, bro. Yeah. No, really well said. 100. Yeah. No, I completely get it. And that's, I feel like that is unique. I know, Paul, because I know for a fact, I'm not going to say what community it was in that I'm a part of, but we were doing some research into some odd stuff that was happening with sandwich attacks and front running some buy and burns and stuff. And we came to the, not me, but obviously devs and people that were hired to look into this came to the conclusion that somebody was paying off the validators to allow so person to get the first transactions through. And you hear stuff like that and it's just like makes you sick. It's like, I thought we're in like a decentralized world where it's fair for everyone, and it's not at all.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like, and this is on Ethereum and others. So this just shows me that QUBIC is just light years ahead of the most hyped crypto right now in the mainstream, which is Ethereum. Like it is just the best thing ever right now. And if ETH tech sucks, they just came out and said their plan to scale is the next 10 years. And it's like, what? So I don't know, man. ETH has had its run, and I feel
already
like we're at that
infinitely scalable.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you talking. I thought you had to stop talking. My bad.
Oh,
You lagged out for a second.
Oh, yeah, I was just gonna say, like, ETH has had its run. Like, it's what's here next. They have the ETFs, they have Wall Street going nuts for it. Like, what's next? QUBIC is still being fudded.
Yep, that's why that's when you know you're early, man. You don't get into the things at the top already. You find the dirty ass gems and you hold on.
Yep, and it's hard, bro, because you have to go to small channels to find that. And people just think, oh, there's smaller channels, like they're hard to find, or they don't really know what they're talking about as much, or it's hard to get credibility and stuff. But if you have the alpha, people will listen. But bro, I honestly, you could give people everything, but so many people just don't take the initiative. Like, it's a pain in the ass to get the wallet, so they gave up, or it was gonna be a delay on something, so they just didn't do it. Or the excuses I hear are just laziness for stuff. Yeah. Question: any good YouTube to explain how to become a validator for QUBIC?
There is this guy on YouTube. Let me see if I can find it right here from X. I think it's called Rabid Mining. Yeah, there's a lot of good YouTube channels about mining. Let me copy the link. Oh, there it is. He actually talks about. Actually, let me go to his channel. Sorry, 1 second.
No, you're good. Take your time.
I just want to make sure I get the right link. Well, I'll put it in the chat right here. That's Rabid Mining. He recently did a video on QUBIC mining and how they're mining Monero. Like, he tested it out and like gave real numbers right on his own dime. His YouTube channel that I put in the chat.
Awesome.
Yeah. Channel, you'll learn a lot about QUBIC mining. I'm not much of a miner, and that's the video he did recently on Monero mining with QUBIC. Oh, QUBIC Anonymous. What up, dog?
Video. It was a great watch. So there you go. Space DO7. It was a great watch. So definitely check, because I just know for it. And I was buying up here. I bought again because I was like, this is gonna keep going up. We topped out, but once we
that high, Jesus.
Yeah,
I think I was just hodling. And I was like, up. I was like, fuck, I could have got so much more down there.
Dude, like, I know I got a decent amount down here. I actually sold some other stuff just because QUBIC was so cheap. I knew, like, you got to get it down here because these opportunities are.
You're more than 2x right now.
Yeah. But bro, my original buys, like, it was 11,000, like $9,000 to $10,000 for $1 billion. So it was out of reach. I never thought I'd get to $1 billion.
Damn, hey, you got there.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you for the dips, bro. That dips, and this is why dips, guys, are needed in crypto. Like, as much as it sucks today when everything is down and in the dumps or bleeding, it always can be an opportunity. If there's a project out there you've been looking at, now you have a much better entry point. In 2-3 days, it could be even a better entry point. So, you got to use the dips to your advantage for these blue chip projects and the ones that we're never going to see QUBIC down here again. Once we start moving, if we come back down here again, like the AI Garth, like, had a hallucination and died.
Yeah. And on top of what you said right now, like, if you know it in your heart, if you like picked a good project, because if like when it dips, right, and your natural instinct is to go, yes, I'm gonna buy more, right, instead of, oh no, my portfolio is down. If your reaction is yes, like, that should be, if that reaction isn't happening, then you're in the wrong coin. That should be like kind of a rule of thumb for you, or like how your mentality should be. Like, if your favorite thing is dipping, either get more or realize why are you in it. Like, if it's hurting your feelings that it's dipping, that's an important psychological like factor.
Yeah. Yep. And even the staking, bro, it's juicy. I'm loving that, nearly the 20%. And so what else, anything else, bro, that you think we didn't touch on that you think is awesome about QUBIC or stuff that you came across recently that blew your mind?
Let me see. Let me look at that list I made earlier. I think we talked about most of the stuff we mentioned earlier before in the chat. Did we talk about? Yeah, we talked about Monero mining, useful proof of work. Yeah, let me make sure I get this across. Like a lot of people misunderstand like the useful proof of work versus like proof of work. So people are saying that useful proof of work is the mining of Monero, but like this came from like CFB himself. Like the useful proof of work is the mining solutions for the AI, right? The mining Monero is proof of work, right? They're just mining a different coin and idle. It's useful, right? It's useful for the network, like to get money and to burn coins, but it's not the useful proof of work. The useful proof of work is the computations for the AI that go towards Agarth. That's the useful proof of work. Mining Monero is still proof of work. So that misconception seeds like a different type of like weird FUD, if that makes sense. Like if people like get that through their head, I think it'll be easier to look at QUBIC a little more differently instead of like saying it's not, it is or it's not useful proof of work mining Monero. If that makes sense. I don't know if what I made made sense to anybody.
No, yeah, definitely. So do you think we're gonna be getting paid if like, so when AI Garth, say it's learning, is it doing it no matter what, or do you have to give consent for it to learn from you?
It learns on its own.
Okay.
It's not like a centralized learn. Like once it evolves on its own based on like with the algorithms and the logic that it uses. It's able to, because of the ternary logic, it's not like stuck at yes or no. There's like yes, no, maybe, and then the neural network in QUBIC, it looks for solutions until better solutions pop up. So there are more and more iterations, and the more useful iterations get put into the memory of the neural network. So it's like constantly evolving on its own. Gotcha. And then once it gets oracles and it connects to like the real world, and I'm sure it'll ramp up super quick with what it's able to do.
Dude, that's gonna be the game changer right there.
Yeah, so there's no one giving it like, no one is like specifically giving it a task to do. Like it figures out what it's trying to learn on its own. It's built to develop like a human brain on its own through trial and error.
Hold on, sorry, QUBIC Anonymous. How can I follow the guest? Sam, are you talking about me, or do you know QUBIC Anonymous?
He's been on my stream before, and I see him on X, so I don't know.
There's Samson's X page to follow.
How can I follow you, Sam? Is he asking? Oh, maybe, or is he talking about you? as a Vibra, I'm not sure. As a Vibra Finance, if you're talking about, I'm not sure if he's asking.
Oh, he must be watching it on your So my YouTube channel is Vibra Finance.
Yeah, I think he was talking about you.
QUBIC Anonymous, yeah.
Yeah,
Vibra Finance on Twitter. Yeah. Oh, my bad.
Too. Now when I realized I was streaming it too, I was like, oh, he's probably talking about you.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm at Vibra Finance on Twitter, YouTube, everywhere.
Yeah, if you go to my X too, I made a post linking his name too. If you go there.
Yep. Yeah, bro. QUBIC, man. It's I can't wait. I can't wait to see all the stuff he comes out with, all the new projects launching. We have a DEX now. You can trade meme coins. There's so many passive income opportunities, and it's not a giant just wasteful network like Bitcoin. Like, I just see how incredible this is and how wasteful Bitcoin is. And it really makes me think, if AIs are going to need so much power, and right now we do not have the ability, our infrastructure cannot create enough power for this. We're going to have to go to better technologies that aren't these mega warehouses. So yeah, this is the future.
Yep, QUBIC figured it out. You don't need no warehouse. All you need is the miners, because it doesn't exist. The AI isn't on the hard drive. It's on your RAM. It's on the mining. The mining is distributed across the RAM of hundreds of thousands of miners. So you don't need a bunch of data centers and a bunch of crap. Not to mention how it computes is way more efficient than Bitcoin. It's going to use a lot less energy and be able to compute a lot more. Yeah, it's pretty insane. Oh, you know, we didn't talk about, I can see it on your screen. It's My Last Match. That's supposed to be a hitter. It's like a post-apocalyptic type of theme game that's supposed to run on the network. And they're going pretty hard at it. That's one of CFB's. That's he's like working directly on it.
No, I did not know. Ooh.
It's being developed by like a serious team. It's gonna be a real game, not some shitty tap fucking. It's gonna be like some real shit.
Oh man! So when is this in just development right now?
Oh yeah, they're in development. They're far into development though. It's not like an idea. They're like, it's in beta. There's a beta. Like it's gonna. I feel like in my heart it might come in the winter or Q1 next year, because usually that's when things drop, like during the winter and shit. Yeah, right now it's in beta. If you go, there's a channel on the QUBIC Discord dedicated to My Last Match. If anyone has questions about it, I wanted to play beta, but you need like the assets to play, and they're too expensive for me. So I was like, oh shit, I can't play.
Oh well. Yeah, I'm definitely getting into this.
And it's gonna be all on chain. Like transactions on there are gonna burn QUBIC as well. So if this game is really a hit and you have like lots and lots of people playing, transacting, doing things, that's also gonna be a consistent like QUBIC burner.
Oh. Do you know when this is gonna go up for auction?
No clue. Unless is it? I think the shares are already they already exist.
Oh, dude, you can get it on the secondary market already.
Yeah, they're 711 million. So $1,800 for a share. It should say be under MLM. It should be all the way on the bottom. Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
So that would be a crazy. If it goes how I feel like it's gonna go, that should be a.
I mean, I guess it launched. It was 400, so now it's at 7. So it's that's expensive though, bro.
Yeah, that's a whales game right there.
And you can't buy fractions of them, Ken. You can't go in and be like, oh, I want to get a quarter of one.
Your best bet is QCAP. I'm not sure how many. Let me see how many MLM QCAP has. They had a QUBIC. They posted recently their holdings. Let me see if I can scroll to it. Bum, 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 bum. Here it is. Oh, can I share? Let me try to share
Yeah, share your screen. Yeah, go ahead.
Shared screen. Which one is it? Quatery.
Yo, what up, Eagle? Good to see you, bro. Hope all's well.
Oh,
Camo Joe, let's go. That's all right, bro. You're already balls deep into QUBIC. You can catch the replay
right here. So this is the shares they own as of the 12th. I think they own more because they bid on some stuff, but they have 21 QX. Yeah, they have 35 MLMs.
Damn, so that's what, almost 70K?
Let's see. Let me pull up my calculator real quick.
Yeah, they were like 1,800, so like 60K. Damn.
Yeah, a little over 63, like about 65 roughly worth of MLM. They have a bunch of Q Vault, of course. That's their smart contracts.
Bro, that's awesome.
And they own
110,000.
110K worth of mining equipment. So they're also mining QUBIC and distributing it to holders. So that's good to know too. So I think holding QCAP might be a better play than buying shares currently.
Bro, 100%. Like after stream, I am coming and buying some of this QCAP.
Yeah, QCAP is a good hedge on like the whole network.
And it's only 310,000. Like that's one of the cheapest. I mean, I guess a couple of these, the memes are nothing, but they compared to some of these, like 6 billion for QX. I mean, the Q lottery, that might be a good one, bro. Actually, that even though it's expensive, if that catches off, like look at how big Poly Markets is. Like it's blowing up. So if Poly Markets came, a better version of it came to QUBIC, I could see that being really big in the future.
So yeah, there's that. Let me take my screen down. So yeah, I just wanted to show you guys that.
Oh, you're good, bro. If you got anything else that you want to share, any stuff you went over on some of your last streams, or
we went over tokenomics. Did anyone have questions? I see a guy saying, where are we staking on the wallet, ? I got some QCAP. Where are you staking QCAP?
QCAP, I don't think. Yeah, you don't need to stake it. You just get rewards from that. But the QUBIC staking, Eagle, you got to go to QEarn.org and you got to connect your wallet here. But it is a 1-year lock. If you unlock early, there are penalties. So beware of that.
Oh, nuance on the penalty. Only the rewards get penalized, not your principal. Yeah. So
yeah.
So half the penalty gets burned, and then the other half gets redistributed to whoever's still staking. Yeah.
Yeah. Yup. Good. Yeah, bro. That's huge. Especially now, 20%. It doesn't seem like a lot now, but in a year from now, if this catches off and the price 10x's from here,
that's a good egg.
It's a nice chunk.
Yep. And then you compound it for the next year. Come on. And then you compound it year over year. You're just like, you're gonna be leaking money from your pockets.
Yep.
Nothing like compound interest. That's just crazy.
Yeah, bro. 100% compound interest and the interest back in the actual asset itself. Nothing beats that. And that's where I'm really trying to get it into people's heads that with these blue chips like XRP and XLM and HBAR, like the more American cryptos, they're going to be building out so many DeFi solutions and ways to earn on them, ways to earn yield, borrow against them. So you're not going to have to sell these blue chips. Like you can keep them forever and just put them to work and earn on them forever. Borrow against them if you need to versus selling them. So that's going to be a lot more prevalent. Like I just saw that the SEC is tokenizing everything, saying that self-custody is an American right. So none of this stuff's going away. And, people don't worry about this stuff, guys. Focus on just accumulating the best assets for the next 10 to 15 years. Like these are the next Microsoft, Dell, Amazons right here, right now. But they've been hyper suppressed by the mainstream and they don't want retail in. Yep. So yeah, Eagle, this is where you stake, QEarn.org. You got to connect your wallet. I don't know what wallet you have. I use the QUBIC wallet in the App Store, and then you hit start locking and you just like scan the code thing and you'll connect right there.
Yeah, or you can stake it directly. If you have the web wallet, if you're using a computer, you can stake it directly from your wallet. There should be a thing on the tab that says Q Earn. If you have the web wallet, I'm not sure about the mobile wallet, but I know on the web wallet you can stake directly from the wallet.
Yeah, no, the mobile wallet was terrible, bro. They didn't. You could. It was a pain in the ass. It wasn't even until like a month ago I figured out how to even do it. It was so hard. So
Yeah,
the web wallet seems like the way to go.
Yeah, the mobile wallet needs a little. I think it has good features, but yeah, they have the wallet guys have a little bit of work to do, but it works pretty decently. It does its job.
What's your thoughts on mining Doge, even just for marketing exposure?
It'll be amazing if because what it's doing right now with Monero is good enough, but Doge is a top eight coin. I don't know what it's at right now. I know yesterday it was number 8, but yeah, that'll be crazy, especially if they take a sizable chunk, because they're gonna, after this Monero, if this is successful, which I think it will be, they're gonna have a lot more miners, right? For one, they're gonna have a lot of the Monero miners. 2, they're gonna attract more miners from other networks, which they already are, according to CFB. Like more privacy coin guys, they're talking about mining through QUBIC. So they're acquiring more miners. So they're gonna have more hash to do this on Doge if they do that, and they're gonna actually have like an effect. So yeah, it'll be tremendous for market exposure. It'll be insanity. I think that'll get me giddy if that happens. I'll be like a little girl. I'll be like, oh my god, they're mining Doge.
You'll become a Dogecoin maxi.
Oh man.
Yeah, I have. Yeah, there you go, Eagle. You got QCAP. Good job, bro. I don't. I got to get into it.
Man, I gotta buy more. I don't have enough.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's so much with QUBIC. There's so much going on, and I try to talk about a lot of different ecosystems, so I can't spend all my time on one project, or else I'm kind of falling behind on other stuff. But like I said before, every time I go looking into something for QUBIC, I end up going down a different rabbit hole, finding something completely different that I had no intention of even looking for. And it's just come from beyond, bro. I'm telling you, this thing, if it works, it's going to be the AI killer.
Yep, it's going to destroy the game. LLMs are dead, man. LLMs are dead. They hit a big fucking brick wall and they're stuck. And now they're trying to play like they're not stuck. Oh, look at this new feature we added to ChatGPT. Oh, we figured out this new. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, look at this benchmark we just made out of nowhere. Like, okay. Nice benchmark.
This is my play here for the meantime. I think Dynex is going to replace the shitty ChatGPT LLMs and kind of bridge that gap from where we are with these centralized just garbage to actual quantum as a service models that kind of replicate quantum but not quite, and it'll allow us to move forward with way better models until we get to inevitably quantum, which is years away. But if you guys haven't heard of Dynex, I would definitely check it out.
Yeah, Dynex is crazy. That's one of my sleeper plays. I don't talk about it a lot because I'm just enamored with QUBIC, but I approve of this message. Dynex is pretty dope if you do some research on it.
Yeah, and it did just have a massive pump, but it went down from like 45 cents all the way to 2.5 cents. So I look at it with downside risk when I'm looking at a crypto. What can I lose on this? How far can it go down? And it just dumped. It was at almost 10 cents. So it made a nice move off the bottom because they put out some news that their model is almost ready. And once that gets deployed, like this thing could just rocket any day. So, the downside risk from here at like 5 cents, I would say is like 70%. I don't think it could ever get below 2 cents from here. So the upside versus a 70% downside risk to 700x upside.
What's your personal price prediction for Dynex?
I don't know if it's gonna be this. I feel like Dynex might be a next cycle play where it really gets its shine, but I'm hoping it gets to like $3.
$3, that's it.
$5. $5. Yeah, that would make me very happy.
I'm going full moon boy. I'm going $100.
Oh, dude, if it gets to $100, bro, oh, I will take you. I will take you on vacation. We'll go on a family vacation with everyone, and it's on me, because if that happens, oh my god.
Because what's the supply on Dynex? Let me look at it right now.
I got it right here.
It's like in the mid millions. Yeah, max supply is 110 million. And DNX gets burned. So it's eventually, the supply is gonna go down.
Why does the rap version only has 41 million? So
the native has 110 according to CMC.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, when they I think they have a plan too. If it just like goes to shit, they have like $10 million in a account somewhere to buy back the token.
I'm not familiar with that. They might. I know they have a reserve, and they're doing something with buybacks and yeah, they're doing buybacks in the reserve.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm pretty sure. I was watching Patrick, that investor, and he was talking about it, and he was like, down here at 2.5 cents, if all goes bad and they inject that 10 million, this thing will at least get to 10, 11 cents, and we'll have a 5x from here, and walk away with our heads down.
The volume is up 32%. People are selling right now. That's why the price is down.
Yeah,
10, but the volume's up.
Well, dude, we did have our biggest buying candle in 6 months.
Yeah,
almost. Yeah, our biggest buying candle since last year, bro. So that's a good sign. 3 days ago was the biggest buy, and that came after they've been really quiet on social media, and they put out a tweet teasing what's coming. So if that tweet teasing what's coming, send that. If once they release all the testing and everything and showing how fast it is, man, this thing could just absolutely send.
Yep. I agree. I don't hold that many, but I have enough to where I think it'll make a decent amount of change.
Yeah. That's the thing. We're down here at this price at 5 cents. If it can get to $5, it's almost 100x.
Dude,
but holy shit. I thought it was okay. I'm gonna take that way back. I didn't realize it was a $6 million market cap.
Yeah, dude.
I thought it was like 50 or 60. Okay, never mind.
This is a micro, Mike. This is a baby.
Oh, dude! Cat. Wow. Okay. All right. Let me take that back.
Yeah, I was like $3.
This thing can easily get to $25, $30.
Yeah, man.
That's yeah.
This can
$3 to $5. Shit, that's a fucking $100 million market.
Yeah, this is a top 100 coin for sure.
Yeah,
if it does what it does, of course.
Yeah, exactly. And these are high risk, but like I said, at this point, it's high risk. But where this coin is in its cycle, I mean, this is the lowest high risk play you can make when it's down here. Like if you're buying this thing up here, I mean, shit, yeah, it's just you just got absolutely crucified. But you buy anywhere down here, I mean, shit, bro, a couple $100 can turn into 20 grand.
Yeah, man, easy. And the niche that it's in, like AI and LLM, like this has a solid chance of.
Yeah, it's got the quantum narrative in it too. So if that starts to get hot at some point, these quantum stocks start to run again. Like you can now throw Dynex into the quantum narrative.
Yep, it'll just by association. It'll just moon. Sillier things have happened.
Yeah, for sure. All right, bro. We've been going for almost an hour and a half. I think probably a good place to cut it off.
Yeah,
That was really good. 380 you in here. If you're not subscribed to Vibra Finance or to Samson, what the hell are you doing? Do it right now.
Do it.
And I'd love to have you back on and do it again. You know, maybe in like a week or two, once some new news comes out or some insane alpha breaks.
Yeah, that sounds fun. We could make this like maybe like a bi-monthly thing or something like that. Something we do every so often. It sounds fun. This was like more. This is funner than I didn't think it would be bad, but it was funner than I thought. This felt like a natural conversation. You know, it was good. It was good.
Appreciate it, bro. That's what I try to do, man. Like I said, I don't script anything. I turn my camera on and it's just right off the top. I'm the same person on camera, off camera. Like I would be stuttering and looking like a clown if I had to put on an act or try to like be someone else. Like it would just be so.
Yeah, dude. I'd rather die.
Yeah.
I can't pretend to be something else.
No, not at all.
Oh man. Hey, fucking what's up, guys?
Yeah, this is not financial advice. No, the shit we talked about tonight, this is financial advice. And if you don't get this, get QUBIC or look at Dynex, you're a pussy and you deserve to be wrecked.
Do it. Do it.
All
right.
All right, guys. Good stuff. Appreciate all you guys that were here to support us, and we will catch you on the next one.
At Vibra Finance, we seek out the hidden gems in cryptocurrency. We will tailor your portfolio to work for you. Are you ready to transition your investments from traditional markets to cryptocurrency? Are your coins staked and earning interest? Are you overwhelmed with all the jargon in crypto? Is your portfolio underperforming and you want to reposition into consistent winning blue chip coins and viable projects? Do you feel like you missed out on DeFi, Metaverse, and NFTs? Here at Vibra Finance, we provide you with the data, skills, and tools you need to stay on top of the digital asset market. Vibra Finance, we are the future of crypto.